If you're looking to put serious cash into decentralized finance, you need the right tools to do it. These 5 tools enable me to farm for over $5,000 a month every month in less than 1 hour. Hi friends, my name is Mize and I'm a hedge fund analyst turned entrepreneur. And on this channel, I go through the top investments in Web3 and decentralized finance. First is something that'll track everything that I do. Apeboard.finance is the perfect app for this. For those looking to maximize their yield in decentralized finance, you end up investing in 5 or 6, in some cases 10 or more chains. As a result, most tracking software that's usually Ethereum specific won't work for you. On the other hand, Apeboard.finance works across 15 or more chains. Next, it's completely free. It's ad and donation supported. Best of all, it doesn't even require you to sign in with your wallet. Rather, you literally put in your wallet address and it pulls the information that it needs from the blockchain to keep track of your investments. As a result, setting it up is as simple as going to the website and inputting your addresses. I've got over 15 addresses on Apeboard.finance and it tracks 95% of the stuff that I do in decentralized finance. There are still some negatives. One, it doesn't track everything. But given that it tracks so much more than the competition, it doesn't really matter. Lastly, there's a few beta features like analytics that don't work that well. But once they're working, you'll be able to keep track of your portfolio historically and see where your returns have been coming from. Next on my list is the MetaMask wallet paired with a Ledger hardware wallet. This pair put together is one of the easiest ways to invest in decentralized finance in a safe way. Billions of dollars were lost to scams in decentralized finance last year. But using a hardware wallet will help you mitigate those risks. In my opinion, the only negative of the Ledger hardware wallet is that the wallet that it comes built in with is not great. As a result, I recommend everyone use the MetaMask wallet with the Ledger extension. The MetaMask wallet works with almost all major decentralized apps. That compatibility will make your life a lot easier as you keep trying new things and investing in new protocols. At the same time, you'll be protected with your hardware wallet. Only when you've connected your hardware wallet to your MetaMask will you be able to transact on it. As a result, you get the best of both worlds. The hardware wallet allows you to keep your secret keys off of your computer. This means even if someone was to hack your computer where your MetaMask wallet exists, they would not be able to access your wallet because they do not have the secret keys. You may remember the early 2000s where viruses were common across most Windows computers. Well, they're coming back with a vengeance. With billions of dollars on the line, sitting out there on hot wallets, scammers and hackers are doing everything they can to get to your money. In my opinion, once you have about $5,000 in crypto, you should start putting that money into a hardware wallet instead of using a hot wallet. MetaMask has some really advanced features that you can use once you've gotten into decentralized finance as well. Specifically, one of my favorites is being able to set your own gas fees. For example, you might notice that sometimes gas fees are 3 or 4 or 5 times higher than they are at certain other times. And as a result, you might be like, hey, I'm not gonna pay $50 for this one transaction on Ethereum. One way around that is to set your own gas fees on MetaMask and then just allow for the transaction to take place once the gas fees come back down to a level that you're comfortable paying. I choose to do this almost every time. Most of my transactions on Ethereum don't need to happen right away. As a result, I'm able to set the transactions to the lows of the day using an app like Block Native to figure out what those are. Usually nowadays they're around 30 or 40 Gwei, and I just let it be. A few hours later, I'll come back and the transaction will have gone through. I like MetaMask because it allows me to do that in an easy and simple way. And the support available for MetaMask is much better than many newer wallets. And when you've got thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, you want that extra bit of support. Next is Coindix.com, Coindix.com. A large part of DeFi is maximizing the yields that you have. Whether it's stable coins or altcoins, This website allows you to see the yields across all of the major chains in a really easy to read format. The best way to passively earn on your crypto is yield farming. Coindex gathers the most important data that you need and puts it all in one place for you. First, it looks at the APR that all of the major farms are offering. And you can choose to filter this by a few different things. First, the chain that it's on. Second, the total value locked onto that farm. And third, the tokens that are in the farm. I use Coindex to find the highest yields while still having a reasonable amount of value locked in the farm. I look for a few specific things on Coindex.com. First, I look for a minimum total value locked of about $1 million. Anything under $1 million, I'm a little more wary. Then I go one step further and look at how much total value locked has been over the last 30 days or so. This shows you how consistent the return is. Here you can see if there's been really big changes. Sometimes protocols offer incentives that might have gone away or are going away, and you might see that in the changes in the graphs here. Next, I look at the APR over time. You want to invest in farms where you don't have to come in every week and change the farm from one to the other. Unless you're working with hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars, doing those types of transactions every week will probably not be worth it. Lastly, I look for the type of token that I'm getting paid out in on the farm. Coindex will show you whether you're getting paid out in a token other than the one that you're providing. In some cases, you'll get paid out in tokens that might be locked or are just going down in value over time, and you'll want to avoid those if you can. Or be ready to come in and sell those tokens on a periodic basis and make sure you've invested enough that the transaction fees will not outweigh the return that you're receiving on your investment. Lastly, you want to find decentralized finance automating software. A couple of my favorite services right now are Broker and Aperture Finance, available on the Terra Luna ecosystem. Both of these allow you to invest in more complicated strategies while making it super simple from the user's perspective. Two strategies that I like here are mirror farming and Rune liquidity farming. Mirror farming is a multi-step strategy that requires constant oversight. By using a website like Broker or Aperture, you're able to automate this strategy and earn the 30 or 40% delta neutral returns on your investment, something that's otherwise pretty hard to get. Another version of an automating decentralized app is the app DeFi Saver on Ethereum. This really only works for really high net worth accounts with over $60,000, but those that are in Ethereum can use DeFi Saver to do some of the more advanced techniques in just a few clicks. Specifically, many people like to borrow against their staked Ether and get more Ether that they then turn back into staked Ether. And they loop that a couple times over to increase their average staked Ether yield from 4% to maybe 10 or 12%. DeFi Saver does that for you in 1 or 2 clicks. DeFi is hard to understand, but having the right tools can make it a lot simpler. For a deeper look into automating your investments, check out my video on Mirror and Spectrum Protocol here, where you can earn 40% or more while holding some of your favorite stocks. My favorite is Alibaba, and I get paid almost 40% just to own it.